The balance of power in our backfield may have just shifted with a veteran addition, but is it enough to reclaim our dominance? Fly, Eagles, fly. It is time to address the ground game struggles that haunted us throughout the 2025 season. We have officially signed former 49ers standout running back Elijah Mitchell to the roster. Shout out to Sarah from Philadelphia for being our biggest fan today. This signing brings a new dynamic to the team, but how does this impact our core rotation? We are diving deep into what this move means for our playoff ambitions right now. The reason for all this sudden attention is the arrival of Elijah Mitchell in Philadelphia. We have officially brought the veteran running back into the fold after a chaotic stretch for our ground attack. Mitchell, a former 6th-round pick who stands at 5'10" and weighs 200 pounds, joins our roster to compete for a role in a crowded backfield. This move feels significant because it addresses the depth issues that plagued us during a difficult 2025 campaign. As we look at the trajectory of this franchise, adding a player with Mitchell's specific pedigree, who once recorded over 1,100 yards of total offense as a rookie, provides an intriguing layer of competition for our depth chart. While his journey has been defined by injury battles, including a torn MCL and a season-ending hamstring issue in 2024, his flashes of brilliance in San Francisco were undeniable. Remember, this is the same player who was a critical component in the 49ers' victory against the Detroit Lions in the NFC Championship game just a few seasons ago. By securing his services, the front office is clearly prioritizing veteran experience to bolster a group that struggled to find consistency last year. Elijah Mitchell is no stranger to the pressure of high-stakes football, and his ability to contribute in meaningful spots is a fact we must acknowledge. As we evaluate the roster, it is clear that the goal is to create maximum internal competition. Mitchell knows how to produce when given the opportunity, and his resume includes a career-high 6 touchdowns during his debut season. Now, the question is how he fits into the current plans for our offense under pressure. To understand why this signing is happening, we have to look back at the regression we saw in 2025. After the historic 2024 season, where Saquon Barkley was crowned NFL Offensive Player of the Year and surged past the 2,000-yard rushing mark on our way to a Super Bowl title, our rushing attack took a massive step back last year. Barkley saw his production cut in half, and the entire offense struggled to find rhythm, ultimately leading to that disappointing 23-19 home loss to the Los Angeles Rams in the wild card round. The organization is clearly looking for ways to reignite that missing spark. By adding Elijah Mitchell, we are diversifying our options behind Barkley. It is important to note that we did not select a running back in the 2026 NFL Draft, which suggests that the staff is looking for veteran solutions to fill the void. The addition of Mitchell complements the recent signing of Dameon Pierce, who is also on a 1-year deal. This creates a fascinating dynamic in the running backs room, where Saquon Barkley, Tank Bigsby, Will Shipley, and now Mitchell and Pierce are all vying for snaps. The strategy here is about mitigating risk. If injuries persist, as they have for many of these players, having a deep, proven rotation is the only way to safeguard our chances of returning to championship form. This is not just about adding bodies. It is about finding the right combination to replicate the success we tasted just 2 years ago. Every snap counts, and the front office is doing what is necessary to ensure we are not left vulnerable if the injury bug strikes again. Why does this move matter for the future of our season? It matters because the identity of this offense relies on the threat of a lethal run game. When we are not running the ball with authority, our entire scheme suffers, and that became painfully obvious during the 2025 season. The fact that the Eagles are being aggressive and bringing in guys like Elijah Mitchell and Dameon Pierce shows that there is no complacency in the building. We are currently sitting in a position where the competition for the RB2 and RB3 spots is wide open. For fans, this is crucial because it suggests that the coaches are looking to create a versatile backfield that can wear down defenses over the course of a 4-quarter game. Mitchell brings a specific set of skills that the team hopes can complement the explosive nature of Saquon Barkley. If Mitchell can regain the form he showed during his rookie year, or even be the player who helped lead the 49ers to an NFC Championship appearance, our offensive outlook changes significantly. We are looking at a scenario where the reliance on one single player is decreased, allowing for fresher legs throughout the long season. This matters because it provides insurance, flexibility, and a high ceiling for our offensive production. The coaching staff is clearly looking for players who can produce in both inside zone schemes and pass protection situations. As we head into training camp, the focus will shift to how these players integrate into the playbook and whether they can effectively rotate without dropping the level of play. This is the difference between a stagnant offense and one that can make a deep run into the playoffs. Looking at the player's history, the scouting reports from his draft day still hold some relevance. Zierlein described him back in 2021 as a productive runner with good size, but mentioned he needed to improve his pass protection and special teams contributions to stick in the league. That has clearly been a point of emphasis for Mitchell throughout his career as he navigated stints with the 49ers, the Chiefs, and the Patriots. His ability to work as a special teams player is going to be a major factor in whether he secures a final spot on the 53-man roster. We have seen how critical depth is when playoff spots are on the line, and players who can contribute on special teams are often the ones who make the cut. Mitchell's speed, highlighted by a 4.35 second 40-yard dash at his pro day, gives him the kind of acceleration that our offense needs when the lanes open up. If he can demonstrate that he has mastered the technical aspects of pass blocking, he becomes a much more valuable asset to our coaches. The competition with Dameon Pierce will be one of the most interesting subplots of the summer. Pierce had a breakout rookie season in 2022, but he has also struggled with health issues, much like Mitchell. Watching these two fight for a role behind Saquon Barkley will keep the intensity high during camp. We are not just building a team. We are building a war chest of talent that can withstand the attrition of a 17-game schedule. Every signing is a calculated risk, and the team is banking on Mitchell's experience to pay dividends when it matters most. The final outcome of this signing remains to be seen, but the intent is clear. We are stacking talent to avoid the offensive stagnancy that defined last season. We are looking at a scenario where the backfield is deeper, more experienced, and hungrier than it was in 2025. With Saquon Barkley leading the charge, the addition of Elijah Mitchell provides a high upside alternative that could prove vital if we find ourselves in a tight game late in the year. The transition from a struggling 2025 finish to a potential 2026 resurgence starts with how we manage these roster spots during the coming weeks. We need to see if Mitchell can translate that raw speed into consistent production within our system. This is a low-risk, high-reward move that gives us more flexibility in how we deploy our personnel on Sundays. As fans, we have seen what happens when the running game works, and we have seen what happens when it doesn't. Adding a player with Mitchell's track record is a step toward fixing the issues that led to that tough exit in the wild card round against the Rams. The competition is brewing, the roster is getting deeper, and the pieces are being moved to build a more resilient squad. Now I want to hear from you, the fans. Do you think Elijah Mitchell has what it takes to climb the depth chart and become a key contributor for this team? Or is he just another veteran looking to survive the preseason? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below, and make sure you are subscribed for the latest updates on our road back to the Super Bowl.